today we're going to introduce our viewers to the pistol caliber carbine. In particular, today we're going to show you a little bit about and let you see how various models shoot. We have today the Kriss Vector, the Just Right carbine takedown in the new Cryptic Highlander dip, and then Beretta CX4 Storm. They're all 9mm sub-caliber carbines. And the reason they've gained in popularity is people are starting to use them in competitive and recreational shooting, and they're exploring options for utilizing the pistol caliber carbine in a self-defense situation. A lot of the people like to get them since they come with magazines that are commonly used in the handguns people have. For example, both the Kriss and the JRC, they have magazines that are used by the Glock 19, the Glock 17, and the various Glock 9mm guns. And then in the case of the CX4 Storm, they have Beretta magazines that can be used in the Beretta M9 FS92 handgun series. So we're going to shoot some of them after I give you a little bit of an overview of each of them and show you some of the pros and cons, or at least some of the features that are interesting, and we'll go from there. I'm going to start off by going big, and I'm going to show you what most people see as, wow, that's a space age gun. This is called the Kriss Vector. This is one of the guns that the Secret Service uses, only obviously they carry it underneath their coat, so it's basically from here to here is all they have, and they're in full automatic. But they're popular because of the fact that the Secret Service has them, and because they're a lot of fun to shoot. And there aren't many people who have guns that look this cool, but it's a great gun to shoot. It has some very standard features. It has an ambidextrous safety that it can be used by both right-handers and left-handers. The charging handle is only on the left side of the gun, so it is not, in fact, ambidextrous. It also has a bolt lock and a bolt release lever on the left side of the gun. The ejection port is on the right side. The magazine well is up underneath here. And the nice thing about this gun, because of the way it ejects out this side, the energy comes right back into the shooter, and there's very little recoil. Now this out here is nothing more than a barrel shroud to make it legal as far as meeting the minimum length for it to be possessed by individuals who don't have a special license to have an SBR. So that's basically all that is a barrel shroud that extends the length of the barrel to make it legal. It has an adjustable multi-point stock back here that makes it easy to adjust the length of pull. The trigger has been greatly improved over the first generation. It's a little bit different and a little bit rougher than a AR type trigger, but nonetheless it is a pretty smooth trigger. You just have to get used to it. Now on all three of the guns today, I'm going to use the standard True Glow basic entry level $50 red dot. And the reason I'm doing that is you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on a red dot. Later on we'll talk a little bit about the different types of red dots that are available, but we're going to start today just with the standard True Glow introductory level $50 red dot to show you how accurate it is and how much fun you can have with these pistol caliber carbines. So I'm going to start out by shooting the Kriss Vector. Again, it takes a Glock magazine. This happens to be the 33 round extended magazine, which gives you increased magazine capacity. Simply insert the magazine. You can either slap the bolt release lever here, or you can pull back on the charging handle and you're ready to go. Take your safety off, shoulder the weapon, and time to have fun. Clear the chamber, just pull back on the charging handle. If you want to lock the bolt to the rear, you can do so simply by pushing in on the other end of the bolt release, which is now a bolt catch lever. Pretty cool, nice and easy to shoot. I'm going to quickly take off the True Glow off of this gun and then go ahead and put it on the next gun, which will be the Just Right carbine. Now the Just Right carbine, some interesting features. It has a standard M4 AR type safety on it. Instead of having a charging handle up front, it has a little charging handle here on the side that can be pulled all the way back and then released and or locked in the rear position. You have to pull it back and lock it in the little notch right here, and that puts the bolt lock to the rear. It has the capability of being ambidextrous. You can switch the ejection port around and the charging handle so it can go either left or right-handed. Obviously, again, I just put on the True Glow red dot on the top of that. It only took me about 15 or 20 seconds. Again, this one uses a Glock magazine So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up with the Glock magazine and let you see how that works. Again, simply to clear the weapon, you just pull back on the charging handle, make sure the chamber's empty, and put your safety back on. I'm going to go ahead now and just take the True Glow off of this gun and put it on the CX4 Storm by Beretta. The magazine on the Beretta goes in the stock or the grip of the gun, and you simply have a charging handle, which also is ambidextrous. Pull back and charge the weapon. Safety is conveniently located right above the trigger, just a push through safety. Again, to eject the last round, just pull back on the charging handle and make sure that the chamber is empty. You can also lock the bolt to the rear by pushing up on the little bolt catch right here. That will allow you to lock the bolt to the rearward position so you can make sure that the gun is safe. Right. I'm going to go ahead and bring the target in now so you can see just how accurate these guns really are. Again, I used the same red dot without making any adjustments. The target was at 25 feet. I'll show you where I shot each gun, but you'll see they're tremendously accurate, easy to shoot, easy to operate. Here's the Kriss Vector, 5 shots. Here was the Just Right carbine, 5 shots. And here was the Beretta CX4 Storm, 5 shots. And again, I just wanted to give you a general idea. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on all the different optics that are out there. And I'm going to show you a little bit of the ones that are available in order to make this real fun. As far as cost goes, the Kriss Vector, you're looking around $1,500. The JRC in this particular version, whether you get it in black or any other color, the takedown version, you're looking around $750 to $800. And then the Beretta CX4 Storm, anywhere from $650 to $750. So they're all very affordable. Obviously, the Kriss being on the high end, but since we're in kind of a period in the industry where people are getting what they want versus what they need, now's the time to give some thought to the Kriss Vector. Now, over the next couple weeks, I'm going to be doing reviews of the Colt car 9mm. Maybe one of the, as soon as we get one of the Rock Rivers, and we have one of the Sig Sauer MPXs that's being shipped today. So in the next few days, we'll be doing some additional reviews of those. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of different type of optics that are available for these and other guns for that matter, and they can be used interchangeably as long as you sight your particular red dot, as we're going to talk about right now, in for your particular, the way your face hits the cheek weld on the stock of the gun, and then just the way your eyes look through the particular optic. I just want to show you a few. I started off with a very low end True Glow. True Glow makes a variety of red dots, anywhere in price from $50 to a couple $100. Trijicon makes a variety of optics, and this one happens to be their MOA, and MRO, and it runs around $550. It comes in either a elevated mount or a flush mount, depending on how it fits. It's just a simple red dot, real easy to turn on and off, and it provides you with both up and down and side to side adjustments, so you can sight it in for you. The next one I wanted to show you is very popular, the EOTech ESPS. This happens to be 2.0. And it's a very good optic. I have this on a couple of my different rifles. I have the Kriss Vector in the .45 caliber that I have one of these, and I also have this on my M4, my DMS M4 rifle. Very good, very easy to operate. Again, simple dials. You can just use a dial to adjust up and down and left to right. The last one I want to show you is one of the newer ones to the market just in the last year or so, is the Sig Romeo. This is about at a $250 to $300 price point. Doesn't necessarily mean it's any better or any worse. Bottom line is, it's just another, it's very low profile. It's another option that you have. The whole idea is that all you're looking at doing is putting a red dot on the top rail. So all you have to do is come up, line up the red dot on your target, and press the trigger as long as you keep the red dot where it's supposed to be. You will see that most of the guns provide you with an option for either fixed or add-on sights on the top of the gun, just hard sights, whether they're plastic or metal. The Kriss Vector happens to have flip-up plastic. Just Right Carbine in the takedown version doesn't really give you that option because there's no place to really put a front sight unless they would fix one on the barrel. So it's going to be most practical on the takedown versions to just use a red dot. Whereas the Beretta CX4 Storm comes with built-in front and rear sight. It has a post protected by two protected polycarbonate sides here, and the same back here. It has a rear aperture that gives you both a large circle and a small circle depending on what you need. And depending on the optic you get, you can do what we call co-align, where you could actually see through the glass of your optic and use the red dot if you needed to, but if the red dot failed on you, you could use your hard sights as a backup. Anyway, that's a basic overview. The pistol caliber carbine is gaining in popularity. We want you to come down to the range and give an opportunity to test some of them. We have several in what we call our demo gun program. They're not in our range gun program because obviously I mentioned they're quite expensive. So they're not in the range gun program, but for the price of $10 plus a box of ammo, you can try one to see if you like it. I have to tell you, this gun here, it looks so cool. Several people said, I only wanted to shoot it because it looked cool, and then they obviously took selfies with it. But if nothing else, you got to try it because it is an interesting work of art. Again, higher price point, but in the world now where the way it is, where we're getting what we want, think about the Kriss Vector as your next purchase. Until next time, thanks for watching.